and good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself briefly. Yes, as Dr. Sami said, my name is Seyfi Ay, and I'm the board member of Tetra Force Nutrition Company in Turkey. And we established this company the last year. It's a very new baby-born company.
Yeah,
and today I'm going to mention about the innovative and profitable growth enhancer for poultry. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes. It's appearing my computer now. Yes.
Okay. Okay. This is the agenda of my presentation, which I'm going to do today. And first, I'm going to mention about the global effects on the animal sector. Then later on, I'm going to talk about the Turkey overview in terms of economic situation. And then later on, I'm going to pass some certain production figures in Turkey about the animal sector. Then I'm going to talk about the bile acids concept. Then later on, I'm going to share a trial result with you, which we did in a broiler integration in Turkey. Yeah, as you know, we have a lot of problems during the pandemic. Now we have the war in the Ukraine, and that's the reason lots of things are impaired and impacted by this two main effects. And you know that the inflation rate is rising everywhere. But when it's come to the Turkey, it's about the 55%. In reality, people are thinking this is more than 100%. And the exchange rates of the US dollar and euro against the Turkish lira, it is really increasing in Turkey right now. And because of a lot of problems we are facing in the raw materials supply, are becoming very difficult, and prices are always going up every day. From time to time, the prices are increasing 3 times in Turkey. The energy cost, energy is increased very highly, and that's the reason all these materials are very volatile nowadays in Turkey. So in these conditions, it's not easy to make the formulation because of the feed raw material prices and also the availability of some certain raw materials in the country. And one of the important things when you're making the formulation, the saving cost is really very important. In these conditions, when the raw materials prices are flying up and the energy cost is flying up and the inflation and exchange rates are flying up, it's really very difficult and very important matters to make the cost saving in the feed formulation, I need to say. You see here, this is the exchange rate US dollar against the Turkish lira. And I can say shortly, it is increased more than the 100% in 1 year. If you compare the January 2021 and January 2022, it's more than double. For the time being now, it's 14 something like that, while it was 7 point something was in the January 2021. So it is the same situation for euro. And when you look at the euro, it was doubled compared to the previous year. So Turkey is a country importing the 50 or 55% of raw materials which are being used in the animal feed, and mainly the corn and soybean meal are being imported from the abroad. Yes, we are also getting our local corn and local soya, but it is not enough. That's the reason a majority of these material are being imported from the abroad. So it's not easy situation for the time being, because the raw material and the other commodities prices are increasing, not only on the foreign exchange base, but also the the inflation rate and exchange rate is increasing in Turkey. That's the reason the combating with such kind of difficulties is not so easy. So the materials which are making the cost saving is becoming much more important nowadays in Turkey. So everybody wants to see the cost saving in their formulation. When you introduce the feed additive, they would like to see what is the cost saving with these feed additives if they use this material in their feed formulation. And when you see the inflation rate compared to the last year from the April, and you see here, these are by the way, the official figures. And now the inflation is about the 54 point, I need to say it's a 55%, but this is the official one. When it's come to the reality in practice, I think it's more than 100%, especially for the food price and also the energy price and the fuel price. So it's really very challenging life conditions for the time being, not only in Turkey, but also all the world. And this is a source which is showing the commodity price, including the energy and also the agriculture product, the source. And when you look in this the prices list, and you are going to see, you can see all the commodity prices are going up in 2000 from the 2021 up to the 2022. So everything is fine. The price and availabilities from time to time becoming is very difficult because people are expecting to increase the prices, and that's the reason they sometimes keep the goods in their stock because they are expecting the increasing the raw material prices, and then later on they are going to sell their goods to the feed manufacturers. And according to the Feed Planet and according to the official source, the Turkey is about producing is about 27 million metric tons of animal compound feed. This is the total feed which has been producing in Turkey. So this is a very big amount compared to the European countries, and with this amount of the feed production, the Turkey is #1 in Europe wide. And this is the breakdown of the feed production in Turkey. And as you see in this graph, yes, we are manufacturing fish feed, cattle feed, dairy feed, turkey layer, and breeder, of course, and also the broiler feed. When it's come to the total poultry feed, it's about 10 million tons. A little bit more than 10 million tons, including broiler and layers and turkeys. And the cattle feed is a little bit more than 12 or very close to the 13 million tons. So with these figures, Turkey has a very big potential in terms of feed production. And when you see the chicken meat production, this is monthly basis from the 2020, 2021, and up to now. So when you look at the total chicken meat production monthly basis, and last year we were manufacturing about 160,000 tons. This is the average, and now we already reached the 199. It's about let's say 200,000 tons, and it means that if you times this figure with the 12, then you are going to reach the 2.4 million tons per year. So in terms of chicken meat production, Turkey is very important countries in the world. And I think, if I'm not wrong, we are the 10th country in terms of production. And the 25% of this total production are being exported in Turkey right now. But the problem is, again, I need to say, one of the major and important problem in Turkey for the chicken meat production is the prices of raw material, high prices of raw material, and availability of some certain raw materials. That's the reason we are importing 50 or more than 50% of the raw materials that are being used in the chicken meat production, the chicken feed production, sorry, are being imported in Turkey from the different countries of the world. And you see, this is the commercial egg production in Turkey. Again, this is also showing from the 2020 and up to now. So this is also the monthly and also the monthly basis production. So when you look at this figure, so we are able to produce more than 20 billion eggs per year in Turkey. So this is also very good figures. And we are also exporting 20 or 25, very close to the 35% from time to time are being exported. So in terms of exportation, also this sector now is becoming very important sector. And this is the milk production, and this is the monthly basis again, and we are able to manufacture about the 10 million tons per year milk in Turkey. We have 6 million dairy cows in Turkey right now. So with this number of cows, we are able to manufacture 10 million tons of the milk in Turkey at the moment. In the red meat production, from the fattening cow, fattening beef, and we are manufacturing at the moment more than 1 million ton annual basis. And this year, when I say this year, the last year, we produced 1.25 million tons of red meat in Turkey. All these figures are coming from the official figures and coming from the Turkish statistic establishment in Turkey. So now I'm going to talk about the bile acids concept. This is also a very new concept for Turkey. And so far in Turkey, lots of growth promoters and growth enhancers are being used in Turkey. Organic acids, plant extracts, lots of the alternative growth promoters are being used. But this concept, the bile acids concept, is really a new concept for the Turkish market. And that's the reason it's really very much more different concept apart from the other alternatives. And that's the reason I'm calling this the concept, the innovative and profitable concept as a growth enhancer for animal sector, not only for poultry, but also for other animals which are being grown in Turkey. When you look at what is the main functions of the bile acid, we can count some main functions for this bile acid concept for the animal. And it's a good effect to improve fat digestion, absorption, and also it is providing the protection for the liver and also the intestinal health. This is very important. And it is supporting the mycotoxin detoxification. And this is also really very important because mycotoxin from time to time is a major the problem of the poultry feed production in Turkey. And also it is supporting the takeout of the antibiotic and other medicine residues from the metabolism. I think one of the speakers today is going to mention about such kind of functions with the detail, Dr. Sami. Am I right?
Yes, you are right. Yes, in next presentation, I will present BPT. It talk about bile acid in details in function.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
And now I'm going to share one of the result trial we did in the commercial broiler houses in Turkey. And I'm now going to share about what was the trial design with this trial conducted in the commercial houses in one of the broiler integrations in Turkey. And we have 2 houses on the same farm, and each same farm has capacity that is 60,000 broiler. And of course, one houses was separated as a control, the other one was separated for the trial with the bile acid, which is Runeon. The commercial name of the bile acid is Runeon, by the way. And in this trial, we used the rostrioid in Turkey, and this is the major breeds in Turkey, which is being used by the all broiler integrations. And the as-hatched, I mean that the mixed flocks, female and male are mixed in this trial. And the feed formulations were identical, is the same for each phases, starter, grower, and finisher are the same for the control group and the trial group. And all the formulations were based on maize and soybean meal. And the nutrition recommendation in this formulation were based on the ADWG recommendations. All the ADWG recommendations in terms of nutrition specification were used in this trial. And we add the 250 grams per ton of feed, Runeon, for the trial group, and in the control group, we didn't add any. And so there was no Runeon in the control group, while the trial group has 250 grams per ton of feed. And flocks were slaughtered at about the 41 days. And in this trial, as a parameters, we checked FCR, the final body weight, mortality, and also the daily weight gain. And these are the results of this trial. And you see the parameters we checked, and you see the control group and also the trial group, the next 2 columns. And when you look at the initial check weight, it's very similar. The control groups 43.25, and while the trial group checks 33 for 70.70 gram. An average daily weight gain, control group 60.7, and while the trial group with Runeon is 62 gram. And final body weight at the 41.6 in the control group is 2.5 kilo as a gram. If we explain it as a gram, 2,528, while the trial group body weight is 2,586 gram. In FCR, this is very important parameters that should be checked. Is FCR is because it means money, and while we get the 1.71 FCR for the control group and the Runeon group, we got the very impressive improvement, and also it was 5 points, and the FCR reduced to the 1.65 from the 1.71. So it's a very interesting and also very important reduction and improvement FCR. And total mortality, in the control group, the mortality, it was 4.39, while 4.02 in the trial group. And this control and trial group have been slaughtered at the similar age. The control group was slaughtered at the 41.6 days, and the Runeon group have been slaughtered at the 41.3. So when you calculate the European production efficiency factor, or let's say index, so there is a big difference in these 2 groups, and the difference is in favor of Runeon group. While the control group, the 339, we got the 364 in the trial group. So according to this trial result, we can say the Runeon is did a very good job in terms of FCR, body weight, and finally and ultimately we got the very good European production efficiency factor compared to the control group. These are the all things which I wanted to say so far. But of course, in the question and answer session, if there is some question, I'm going to be ready to answer. Thank you very much,
Okay,
Dr.
thank you.
Sam.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Safi, for your great presentation. It is valuable and important for us and to benefit also as well. Let us take just a few questions, one or two questions. I would like to start one question from my side. When I show the result from this experiment that had been conducted in Turkey, there are 4 parameters. This 4 parameter is very important, especially for the last one that measure European production feed efficiency. I show the difference is almost 25 or more than 25%.
Yes.
Yes. What do you think, doctor, for this result? If we try to transfer for the apply for the layer and for the breeder.
Of course, for the layer and for the breeder, it's going to be very supportive in terms of the feed efficiency, and also the other function of the bile acids, the protected the liver health is also very important. But in terms of the feed consumption and feed intake is really very important. Now we just started making a trial in the commercial layers, and in this commercial layers, our expectation is to reduce the feed consumption, because the feed consumption is really very important. If you are able to reduce the 3 or 4 gram or the 5 gram per chicken which are laying, this is really very interesting and is going to be important in terms of cost saving, because when you think about the feed is cost. That is the reason our expectation from the layer and breeder, especially now we are making a trial, as I told you, we are making a trial in the commercial layer, and we are expecting to reduce the feed consumption. But on the other hand, we are expecting to improve the eggshell quality, not only the external quality, but also we are expecting to internal quality because of the increased absorption of the nutrients, which are having the important role for the eggshell formation and also the internal quality. And this is really very important. And also the other one, which we are expecting from the trial, and as I told you in initial, I think one of my slides, which I already presented, and the bile acid, the Runeon, is also important to bind the mycotoxin in the metabolism. That's the reason. And also from benefit from the literature, we suggested the producers to use the half of the mycotoxin binder he is using. And normally he was using the toxin binder, but we suggested him to reduce the half of the mycotoxin binder, because there is the one effect, the binding effect from the bile acid by the chemical interaction from the apolar part of the bile acid in the metabolism. And this is kind of detoxification. You are going to mention with the detail later on. So that's the reason we suggested him to reduce the toxin binder to the half level. So to summarize, yes, we are expecting to reduce the feed intake at least 4 or 5 gram per commercial layer. And also we are going to make a trial with the breeders in the near future. And we are going to see what kind of improvement we are going to do with this Runeon in the breeders. But our expectation to increase the eggshell quality and also the hatching egg numbers of hatching egg, to increase the numbers of hatching egg, and of course we are expecting to increase the fertility in the breeder, I need to say.
Okay, doctor. For the next question, we have a question from one attendee. He talked about how the bile acid in the mentioned trial, how this bile acid is added. It is added in the mixed feed during the formulation of the feed, or added in the top feed?
No, let me say on the top there is no any matrix value when they're using, and they are adding on the top in the feed. This is a part of the formulation, but there is no any matrix value when they use this bile acid of Runeon in the feed, and they added 250 grams per ton of feed when we did this trial in the broiler integration.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So that is, I mean, the best option for the addition to add during the formulation of the feed. That is mean mixing with the other ingredient.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.